Hey everyone, this is my Patreon proud reaction to the 65th episode of World Trigger. So, last episode, we got to check in on Hughes and bringing him over to headquarters for some interviewing, or interrogation, whatever you want to call it. It did not go very well, really. Didn't get much out of that. But we do also have Anadora, who we may get something out of, question mark, I don't know. He's a bit more of a wild card than Hughes, I guess. But luckily we do have certain assets like Yuma with his lie detecting vision, and then you have Kikukachi, whatever his name was. He has a good ear, so we can usually tell somebody's lying between those two things. But yeah, let's just get into it and see what happens with Anadora. I'm definitely curious because I haven't seen him for a while. He was a fun character, a little bit had a screw loose, but he was a fun character regardless. So let's see how he's what he's like in a robot. Has he changed at all? Doesn't seem like it so far, but we'll see. Let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, so I guess he did die, but not entirely. I guess that's all it comes down to. You're not any friendlier than you were before, are you? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, I mean you didn't interact with him very much, did you? I don't think you were involved in that at all. Did you ever even see his human form? Oh, he just put his horns on it? Okay. I thought they like fully uploaded his mind or something, but it just shoved them horns into a rat and called it good. Okay. Still wonder what he was like before the horns. Well, before the horns got too bad, I guess. I think they've always had the horns. Or a trigger, I think I meant to say. I don't know. That's that's pretty cool. Just back up your mind. Wish I could do that. Like, oops, I died. I guess I'll import my data into a different body. Yeah, it's probably similar. Yeah, it did seem like it with that one sentence before. So I guess we want to make sure he's telling the truth before we get too much into questions, I guess. Okay, so this is the real me reason Yuma's here. Seems pretty good to me so far. Yeah, I did see that. I definitely saw that zoom in his eye. I think that's what it was about. I don't remember if I actually commented on that or not, but I meant to. I am surprised that he's this cooperative. Well, that confirms that. It was a big invasion. How desperate were you? Yeah, the scale of it's the question. Oh, can a god die? It's not much of a god then. Yeah, explains the god combo with Chica. Mother trigger, queen trigger, or world trigger. Oh wow. Okay. That would suck for that person. Oh god. Man, if you were shoved in face first. Huh. Okay, well, at least now we know why they're so desperate, I guess. And Chica was a good choice, I guess. Yeah, I gotta have a lot of Trion, I'm sure. Okay. I don't know if that was meant to be funny or not, but it was. So yeah, we have incredibly high standards, basically. Little Chica. Good thing she wasn't captured. Because she was like sacrificed before we could find her, that'd be pretty bad. Well, you did that, alright. Huh. What a bluff. Yeah, Hughes, although he hasn't been cooperative at all. Why is people so mean to Hughes? Yeah, apparently he knows Hughes well. Yeah. Well, that would be helpful. Well, we can fly a ship, just kind of small. Wow. Almost made me spit out my water. Yeah, they fought him. One of the two squads that fought him. And then Suez Squad did afterwards. Of course, that would definitely leave a grudge. You know, if you're not Hughes, I guess, who's more loyal. He probably wants to get back to his planet, honestly. Yeah, that's an understatement. Definitely a lot more useful. Such interesting architecture. Definitely are. Yeah. Yeah, he's got nothing better to do when everyone else is asleep. I would have asked more questions there, but oh well. Indeed. Oh, people. Just running over there. Yeah, everyone's got to bring their A game. Get at their A game, A rank. Stop messing with my hair. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Yeah, it's like even if it's gonna disappoint him, just don't do it so much. That's the issue there. Just like minimize the disappointment if you can. Kind of what he was saying there. Yeah, he's more of a listener rather than a talker. Everyone keeps messing with my hair today. Yeah, I think so as well. Oh? Who? Who could that possibly be? I'm trying to think. Uh, who is he? Uh, was it the one guy from Ninomiya Squad? I don't remember what that guy looked like, but I'm sure you know the one I'm talking about. The one that figured out Chica's not wanting to kill people or shoot people. That might be him. Otherwise, I don't know who that is. Uh, but yeah, it's cool that we got some stuff out of Anadora. He was a lot more willing to divulge information than I thought he would be. I thought it would take a little bit more back and forth of us being like, Anadora, you know, they kind of screwed you over. Don't you want to give us information? And then he would be like, fine. I guess it's going to get back at them. Okay, what do you want to know? That's how I kind of envisioned it. But he was like really gung ho to give them information. It's kind of funny. Okay, so it is who I thought it was. Probably. That's a good question. I assume it's about Chica. Oh, you knew him? 'Cause that's Chica's brother, right? Uh, yeah. So yeah, you could say we knew him. I guess this might be the guy that got him a trigger. Uh, huh. Oh, so she's the one that gave him the trigger. Okay. Oh wow, that's bold. Yeah, just regular people with triggers. So she went to Neighbor World with a bunch of random people. That's very interesting. I bet. Yeah. Well, that makes sense from what we know about what happened with him. And yeah, now I know who that is. Yeah, but that never happened. Yeah, what's your overall purpose here? Ah, okay. Okay. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Yeah, I guess that would be the obvious assumption. Oh, wow. Just out with it. Yeah, so he was most likely one of those people, at the very least. She looks so sleepy. I kind of want to meet her. Yeah, what exactly was the overall purpose of that? Do you share anything of value? Of course not. Yeah, that's a big thing. You're really not being very helpful, man. Ugh. Wow. Somebody finally brought that up. Well then, that was quite a scene. I bet. Well, that does gotta suck. Even though that was an example of, you can't fire me, I quit. Huh. Yeah, let's keep this hush-hush. Yeah. So is that the first case of somebody ever willingly going to the neighbor world by themselves? Well, unofficially, rather. And the disdain. Of course you need something from me. Huh. I want to stop sucking. Yeah, we don't want to do that. It's good to have dreams, Mikamo. Yeah. You want to have that firm foundation, you know, fundamentals. Yeah, this scene definitely comes to mind. That's a very good example. Kyosuke is a pretty good mentor. And then it's over. Yeah, I remember that. Yes, especially if you went on an away mission, you had no idea what you'd be up for. We're still a ways away from that, though. Rock. Uh, responsibility apparently looks like a rock. Fit in. Oh, another one. Okay, yeah, third rock. Too much weight. He collapsed under the weight of responsibility. Okay, that was the 65th episode of World Trigger. And this episode, we got some interrogation on Etadora, which is really cool. We learned a few things from that. You know, he seems to be pretty willing to help out, like even get to After Creator if we needed to. You know, he wants revenge on his comrades that stabbed him in the back and all that. Apparently the way we got his brain into that thing is we just took the horns off, stuck them on the rad, you know, wiggy, 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 and the brain downloaded into it, you know, because the horns got enough of a connection with the brain to do some residual memory shenanigans, you know, back up of the brain. So the point is it all worked out in the end, and now we have little Anadora, little Robo. It's much more cooperative. But yeah, we have Yuma there to get to sift through the lies, and he threw a little bit of lies or half-truths in there, but for the most part he seemed to be pretty honest, which is definitely good. I don't remember exactly everything that he said. Well, obviously the main thing was the god thing. Apparently their world has a god, so a trigger user that they just shove into the world trigger, you know, the queen trigger, whatever you want to call it. They didn't actually call it the world trigger there, but I think that's what the title's referring to. Surely. And this was another thing beyond that, but the point is they stick somebody powerful in there, and it keeps the world prosperous, but it depletes eventually like a battery, and they have to replace the battery with a new one, but they can't put in a weaker battery or then it would just shrink and people would fall off the sides like, oh, go, no! And then they would fall into oblivion, the void, which, So Chica is that thing. Apparently Chica has enough Treon for that, so yeah, apparently her level of Treon is quite uncommon if they're, that determined to get her for that. I mean, do they really just not have somebody at a high enough level for that? Out of the entire, planet, really? Nobody at Chica's level? I find it a little bit hard to believe, but it could just be a matter of they would prefer not to use one of their own citizens for it, which I can understand, but he didn't really make it sound like that, did he? He made it sound like it was, the last resort sort of thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. But the point is they failed to get Chica, so they're probably screwed for now. They'll either have to get over it and let the planet shrink a bit, or they'll have to, just find their most powerful person and shove it in there and hope for the best. Because they obviously have some pretty powerful trigger users. I mean, look at some of the people that fought. Surely one of them would be adequate, but I guess the higher-ups probably wouldn't volunteer to be a sacrifice, so I guess that wouldn't happen, Somebody on their planet with enough power for that to be worthy of that would probably have too much power to really be subjected to that, if that makes sense at all what I'm trying to say. But the point is, Chica was their option that failed to be had. But yeah, that was the main thing there. There were some other things here and there, but that was the real meat of it. Yes, the second big thing of the episode was Ninomiya Squad's leader showed up to talk about Chica's brother, Amatori Rinji. Now, we've known a little bit about that before, that he went off to the neighbor world and, left Mikumo behind and Chica behind, and they want to go get him back. We didn't know a lot of details about that. I think we knew that he had a trigger somehow, but we didn't really give any specifics on that. So we do get to learn a bit about that. He got them from, what was her name? Hatomaru? Something like that. I don't remember. It's something like that. But the point is, it was Ninomiya's sniper, and apparently Chica's brother convinced her to just give up the triggers, capture some triggers, give them to him and a couple of their friends, and head off to the neighbor world, I actually don't remember. Did Chica's brother give a reason why he went there to begin with? I actually can't remember what his initial reason was, if he did give it. I'm just completely blanking on that, so... The point is we do want to find him, though, so I guess it doesn't matter too much right now. We still want to find him regardless and bring him back. But yeah, I do hope we get to meet the one girl that he left with, because she seemed nice enough, She has kind of permanently sleepy face, which I appreciate myself, as somebody with a permanently sleepy face. And yeah, she seemed like a lot of fun. But there definitely seems to be a bit of resentment for her from Ninomiya, because, well, she got betrayed their team, the organization, got them demoted. So yeah, I can understand holding a bit of a grudge for all that, honestly. But yeah, he doesn't seem to have much faith in Mikumo's group at all to become A-rank and get selected for the away missions, And he's not the first person to have that kind of opinion, We have Kikuchi that made a comment about that this episode to him. I don't know. But Kazuma's also said some stuff on it, and yeah, people just keep talking about how, you guys really aren't at the level to be top tier A ranks to go on away missions. That's just not realistic. Yuma's the only one on your team that's at that level, and he's not gonna get you all the way there. He might be able to carry you to the top of B rank, maybe at the bottom of A rank, but that's pretty much it. So that's kind of what people have been trying to say to them for a while now. But nobody's quite went to the level of what Ninomiya did here, to actually say, if you really want to get selected for one of these away missions, your best option is to have Yuma go to a better team, It's the harsh reality that nobody really wants to have to say to them, but yeah, if that's your end goal, that is the easiest way to get about it right there. Because Yuma is at that level. He is at the level to be in a top tier A team, hands down. However, Chica, not really. Mikumo, definitely nowhere near. And, the show's never really had any illusions about Mikumo ever becoming, Kazuma level or anything like that. That's never going to happen. The show made that very clear that we're not going to have any kind of, couple-week training arc. Mikumo's now 10 times stronger and wrecking things that beat him up in episode 1. It's not that kind of show. It's made that very clear. And that's fine. But, it's one of those things that Mikumo kind of has to accept and do his best in that constraint, but he is still trying to improve nonetheless. He did talk to Kyosuke in this episode to try to help out with that, try to get better. And yeah, hopefully, he can make some progress there. Because he might not be able to get to that level anytime soon, if ever, but he can still improve. There's still room for improvement. And that's what he has to focus on, while still making sure continues to, keep his strategic, tactical mind sharp, because that's still his greatest asset. No amount of physical training is going to change that, but the better he can get on there to make his strategies maybe work a little bit better, it's good. Always work on the things that you're weak at, and that's the sign of a good, a good something. I'm blanking on what I meant to say there, but always work on your weaknesses to improve yourself is my point. And Mikumo seems to understand that well enough. He knows what his weaknesses are. So does everybody else, but... yeah, that's all I really got on this one. It definitely would be interesting if there was a whole bunch of people, a bunch of just ex-border agents that just live in the neighbor world now at random cities and stuff. That'd be pretty interesting. I don't think it's a very common thing though with the way they talked about it. They almost made it sound like that was the first time that ever happened, and like just blew their mind that somebody would do that. Just take a few triggers, hand them out to their friends, and just run off to the neighbor world. But it'd be pretty funny if there was actually a semi-common thing. I mean, we already know there's plenty of human trigger users there because of they were kidnapped and stuff. But just people like voluntary immigrants. That's an interesting thing to think about. Because obviously neighbors have captured plenty of people in the past, so it makes sense that if a border agent had somebody they cared about captured and they weren't good enough to go on an away mission, they would just run off themselves at risk of them. Like, I can see that being a thing for a few individuals, so it just not something I never really thought about before, so it's pretty cool they actually brought up that concept for this episode. Yeah, pretty good episode. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.